Hello everyone. This video is an expansion of a previous video that we did called Is It a Shame for Women to Speak? 1 Corinthians 14:34-35. And in that video what we saw is that those verses that I just mentioned are actually a quotation from the Corinthian church that Paul was responding to. And in that quotation it was expressing doctrines that are part of the oral tradition of the Jews, particularly that women should keep silent in the church. So what we're going to look at this video is that we're going to look at quotations from the oral law to verify that. So if you haven't seen the last video, I linked to it below, and that should be helpful in understanding more what this video is about. So anyways, we have three different sources that we're going to look at. First we have Antiquities of the Jews by Josephus, which is just a historical source. And then we have the Mishnah, and then we have the Talmud. Now the Mishnah is the first written form of the oral law, which came about in about 200 CE. And then we have the Talmud, which came about 200 years later, and at least the Jerusalem Talmud. There's also the Babylonian Talmud, which came about roughly 500 CE, and that is, both parts of the Talmud are basically a commentary on the Mishnah. So it's all part of the oral law. So just getting straight to the quotes, first we have Antiquities of the Jews, Book 4, Chapter 8, page 15. It says, "Let not the testimony of women be admitted on account of the levity and boldness of the sex." And then we have in the Mishnah, we have Sota 10a, which says, "May the words of Torah be burned, than that they should be handed over to women." And for those of you who don't know, the Torah is essentially the first 5 books of the Old Testament, or the Hebrew Bible. Now moving forward again to the Talmud, we have in Tractate Kiddushin, it says, "It is a shame for a woman to let her voice be heard among men," which is very similar to what we saw in 1 Corinthians 14. Then we also have in the Talmud Berachot 24a, which says, "A woman's voice is prohibited because it is sexually provocative," which some Jews today, some very conservative Orthodox Jews, take that quite literally and don't even listen to music with female voices in it because they feel it is too sexually provocative. And then we have also, last quote here from the Talmud is Berachot Kiddushin, which says, "The voice of a woman is filthy nakedness," which is a very harsh and strong statement. That is more similar to what we saw in 1 Corinthians 14:34-35 than most people realize, because of the word shame there. The Greek word behind that is actually stronger than shame. It is actually, something like lewd or filthy. So saying, it is filthy for a woman to speak, or, it is lewd, something along those lines. So anyways, these are just a few quotes that I found within a relatively short period of time. So if you happen to know of any more from the oral tradition, please send it my way. And hopefully this was clear and plays a part in confirming that Paul is not teaching that women should keep silent, but is rather opposed to such a notion. So anyways, blessings to you all, and shalom.